So today what I want to do is go through and show you what's on my phone. Now, if you're a podcast listener, this might sound a bit weird, but I'll explain as much as I can. But there is a link in the show description to go and actually watch this video, this episode. So as you know, I like to do things really simply, and I have taken screenshots of this. So people have been asking me, it's all well and good showing me a screenshot of nothing on your phone. There is nothing on my phone. We want to know what's actually on your phone. Can you go through it? So this is what this episode is about. So as you know, my front screen, I have nothing on the page itself. I have 3 items on the dock. On the far left, I have Fantastical, which is my calendar of choice. Now, the reason why I chose this, and I've been using Fantastical for years, actually, on my Mac, on my iPad, and on my phone, but they recently went over to a subscription model. Now, I hate paying for subscriptions unless it helps me. And the one feature that really works for me is a proposal feature that they have. There's lots of other features, new features that they have on it. But the proposal feature actually works out really, really nicely, because I know I have Calendly. People go onto my website and actually book things through my calendar. But a proposal feature is me being able to send out a link with proposal dates and times for someone that I'm working with, for instance. Generally, I don't send them to people that I'm not working with, because they need to set up an appointment, and that's done through Calendly. But if they're people that I'm working with or clients that I know and stuff, I generally use that, and it works out really, really well. I'm not going to go into most of these apps, because there is personal information in there. And if you need further information about specific apps, let me know in the comments below, or send me an email, and I'll do what I can to reply to them, or even make a video about it. The middle one is my phone app, self-explanatory. I'm not going to go through that, obviously. On the far right, I only have 3. So on the far right, I have Things 3, which is my task manager of choice. Now, it does projects as well. So if I'm doing smaller projects, I generally do put it into a project in my Things 3 in my task manager. Anything personal, take my car in to the garage, or groceries, or anything personal, I basically put it into here. If I've got a bigger project, I'll probably put it into my project management tool, and I'm going to go through that in a moment. But generally, if I'm working with a client, but I don't need any feedback from the client, it's just things that I need to do for a client, I will do it in Things 3. If it's a project that I need to collaborate with a few people or a client, then I put it into Basecamp, and I'm going to get to that in a moment. So that's basically it for my my first page. My second page, and the only page, is basically everything else. So I'm going to go through them very quickly. There's not much here, actually. So messages, bottom left, self-explanatory, SMSs, and so on and so forth. Email, I will go into that. There's literally nothing in here. Something I need to obviously reply to here. Nothing in flagged, nothing in drafts, obviously things in sent, nothing in junk, nothing in bin, bunch of stuff in archive, obviously, and domains. I'll go into that another time. But basically, I like to keep inbox 0. Obviously, I didn't with this one, but it came in late last night, I think. So I'm going to deal with that this morning. But basically, I have nothing in my email inbox, and I've done a bunch of videos about that. But obviously, if you need any information, send me an email, or put it down in the comments below. Send me an email. Actually, probably better. Notes. Now, in Notes, I've been using Notes from the early days of Apple, since using an Apple, and I kind of keep it like a wiki. There are times I just delete Notes because I haven't looked at them and I don't need them. For instance, what do I use Notes for? So every day I make a video like this. So I will Actually, I didn't do it for today. I should have done it for today. So I have a template like this, which I will copy and paste, and then I will basically make fill out the template as to what I actually need to do. And right at the bottom, I have the tasks I need to do for each individual video. Now, this looks really complicated, but actually, it's so simple. I see people making massive task lists, putting in a task manager, putting in a project manager, using Trello. Like, really, do you actually need to do that? So I just make a note. Sorry, I'm just looking at to see if it's blown out. I just basically make a note, and I have it with me at all times. So that's notes. I'm not going to get into it too much. Basecamp is my project management of choice. Now, as I said, if I'm doing projects with a client, or I need to do collaboration with a client or people outside, I will use Basecamp and not Things. Basecamp is fantastic, especially if you're a coach. If you're a coach or a facilitator and you're working with your clients, Basecamp is amazing. So again, any questions, let me know. So let's go to the into the folders, and I'll work, actually let's work top to bottom. So travel is literally my maps and Translate and where to stay, TripAdvisor, Airbnb, Park for Night, and stuff like that. Again, really simple. If you notice, I only have 2 rows and not the full 3 rows because I think it makes it look cleaner. It's just much simpler, basically. So I'm not inundated with loads of apps when I'm looking into a folder. Music, self-explanatory, all my music apps. Photo apps, all the photo apps that I need to edit or whatever on the go, which is very rare, but it's good to have them. Videos, Netflix, Drybar. Actually, Drybar is really funny. It's really good. I've just found it recently. It's actually an app. It's stand-up comedy, basically, and it's free. It's really, really good. Vimeo, obviously, and anything to do with my cameras and my drones and stuff like that is all in here. Tools, again, self-explanatory stuff that I can't put into anything else, but I do use, things like 1Password, my lights for my home, authentication apps, all my web browsers I put in here. Again, you can see what's here, just tools and stuff. I have one called Network, a folder called Network, and I set up a lot of Wi-Fi systems for my clients, business or otherwise, and everything I need is basically in here. Health, I need to keep healthy and do workouts and stuff. I try to do them every day. Anyway. Shopping, buy stuff that I don't need. It's all in here, okay. Apple, so anything to do with Apple. The first page is generally the ones that I do use, like App Store and settings and photos and stuff, and obviously my Safari. And all the other Apple apps are all in here. Business, all my business apps. So stuff that I use for my business. And if you see, there's hardly anything in here because you don't need that many tools to run your business. I do have Slack. I tell people not to use Slack, but I do have Slack, and that's because certain groups that I'm involved with use Slack. But the notifications for most of this stuff is off, and I'm going to go through that at the end. So these are the only business apps that I'm actually using. Finance, again, self-explanatory, anything to do with my bank and my finances and PayPal and Stripe and stuff like that. Sorry, my camera's going a bit weird. Let me make that a little better. There you go. Okay. I might have to change that again soon because the sun out here is crazy. Okay, social. Again, I'm not on that much social media. Twitter, LinkedIn is pretty much most of the stuff that I use. I watch Feedly. The next app, I'm going to keep looking at the screen to see if it's blown out or not. The next app is my gaming. stuff. Sorry, my dog coming. Hey, Wolfie. Gaming stuff, Xbox, Mixer, DLive, stuff that I do online. Again, it's very rare that I go into those things. So what I want to show you is the notification. So in my notifications, and I tell people to turn off all your notifications. You don't need notifications. So if you look, you'll notice pretty much everything other than tools, mainly business tools that I need. If someone's trying to contact me for work, they're generally on. So Basecamp is on. Day one to remind me of writing my journal. Fantastical, that's my calendar, obviously. Find My Phone, pretty obvious. Groundwire is actually my landline 020 number for my business, so it comes into there. LinkedIn, obviously, I don't want to hear messages. I just want to see a badge or a banner if someone's messaging me. Messages, SMSs, obviously, all are on. Park Mobile, you want to make sure that you want to get out of your parking in time. Telephone, self-explanatory. Slack with badges, I don't have notifications or anything. I just look at the phone and go, oh, there's something I need to do. Because I set my Slack for only mentions. I don't even do everyone, or I don't think you can set. Can you set that? Yeah, I've set up so it's just mention if you're mentioning me. Things 3, which is my task manager, obviously. Wi-Fi. Now I use Unify at home, and I need to make sure that things are working here. So I just have badges. Video Ask is quite interesting. I think I've done a video about this before. It's the little thing that I have on my website that people can contact me through. So that's interesting. Wire is my secure messaging with my clients. Sorry, let me just turn this back up. Oops, wrong way. So that's Wire. Xbox, I just have badges because sometimes one of my friends needs to contact me. And Zoom. So basically everything else is off. You don't need a bunch of notifications. Just turn off everything that you don't need. So that's basically my phone. There's nothing on it. You really don't need to have that many things on your phone. The less you have, the less headaches you have, and the less you are distracted with notifications and so on and so forth. So hopefully that's helped you out. I'll leave the episode there. As I said, if you're a podcast listener, there is a link to this video in the show notes. And if you are a video watcher, there's a link in the show notes for going to listen to this on the podcast, which if you want to. Anyway, have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. And as always, just like my phone, keep it simple. See you tomorrow. Ciao. Bye-bye.